Okay, what is landloping? Well, it's not just walking. It is a state of mind whereby I know what are the most important things for my next few days. One is trying to get in 15 or 20 kilometres today, because today is good weather, tomorrow is lousy weather. Two, I like to, if I'm in the really best balanced sweet spot, fabulous sleep last night. Always I have good sleep, sometimes fabulous 8 hours. I'm in a really the best possible mood if I make good, healthy, interesting encounters. Now I'm going to come back to that. But it's also well, I didn't even, if I go north here, I've done about 8 kilometres up to the north. Zena is I don't know, about 15 kilometres. That is where you meet people who are only walking, proper walking. Now, it's not about proper walking. That's the most important thing. The point is this, is that over the last 3 months, I've done a lot of just meandering the southwestern path. And those I encounter who are clearly proper, or at least they're not just going for a 2-hour walk. They may be walking for a few days or a few weeks. One can have great chats with them. Now, I've no idea if I'll meet anybody to have a great chat with, but I set myself up such that I have the time and space. That is the priority if I meet anybody. Now, what does that mean? It actually means, it doesn't mean be efficient to some kind of spreadsheet, but it means I'm now going to guzzle some food, get my body full of as much food as possible so I don't have to waste time eating. I want to actually be in the moment, walking, with then time also to stop and talk. Mr. Neruda, Pablo Neruda, said, "A conversation does not begin until you've been speaking for an hour." And I do think it's almost always true. Right, now this is such a bad intro. The point being that over about 3 months, I've had quite a few chats. 50 at least. And a couple of women, as soon as I raise this, but I've seen first that they're in the kind of landlope mode. As soon as I've put the word gently into the dialogue, they say yes straight away. Yeah, I get it. It's if we want to divert, if we want to stop. I was walking with a couple of great women yesterday, and they were just like, I mean, they've got an agenda. They had to be down at Land's End, not too far from Land's End, Sennen, for the booked accommodation. But it's like, take time, loiter. And we were going down past an area where there are a lot of blackberries, so it's like, stop. And for half an hour they were picking, eating, chatting. But it's a bit more than that. Landlope's just a little bit more, but the important thing is it mustn't be a special mode. That's the key to it. The absolute key. Right, and I'm going to try and do audio on it as I go for a landlope. But first, I'm going to, you see, landlope though also, more important than anything, I'm not going to waste, I've got another film. I'm going to make a proper film of this for my other site. But several years ago, you see, I want to be landloping. But I organised the rest of my life and my, let's call them foibles. I've broken through in that an incredibly efficient and quick way of eating is just eating raw eggs. I started doing that 2 years ago. Not as some gimmick, not as something to show off. No, I'm actually going to eat. I've already had 2 earlier. It's the best, quickest way of getting protein quickly into you. So I've got time to get off and landlope. How are they doing? Right. We'll get there.